Hey everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you've had a great day today, because today we'll be taking a look at both Xbox and PlayStation fanboy Salt. I know, it's been a really long time since we've actually had to properly look at Xbox Salt again, and it brings me a lot of joy. But at the same time, we also get to go and take the piss out of the Game Awards, you know, that show that everyone seems to make their entire personality about as a console fanboy, or just a fanboy in general, because this round of nominations for a lot of these categories are absolutely dog shit. For example, the best community support. Like, it looks fine at first glance until you realize there's a Destiny 2 there. I would absolutely understand if there was a Destiny 1 there and they got that award, because Destiny 1 really did have some good community and just support across the entire game. But Destiny 2 has done nothing but gouge its community of all of its money, with your shitty season passes and your fucking battle passes and expansions that aren't even worth it at the end of the day, and on top of the removal of content. Why is it even there? It shouldn't be. There are so many other games that deserve that. You could put For Honor there. For the last 7 years, they've released weekly content. It may not be good all the time, but every week there's a new item, a new piece of equipment you can have. Like, that would be perfect. And there are many other games that follow that similar thing as a live service game, and you could put that there. But for some reason they didn't, they picked fucking Destiny 2. Why? I know it's gonna just become a meme at this point that I like to ride For Honor's meat every 2 seconds when it comes to any fucking, game I talk about. But the reason why I like to ride that game's meat so goddamn hard is that it doesn't charge you a singular dollar for any of these cosmetics. Every new character, every new map, every new item can be earned in-game without spending a singular dollar. You know what, I need to stop myself here. I just rambled for 15 minutes about For Honor and how it's like such an anti-Ubisoft game, so we're just gonna move on to Hogwarts Legacy, and for some reason why that isn't at the Game Awards. Like, Hogwarts Legacy is one of the highest grossing games this year, and yet it's not at the Game Awards? Are they just trying not to offend people? Like, that game deserves some awards, it had some pretty cool things. But I guess it's just a giant middle finger to the developers behind Hogwarts Legacy, especially this being their first mainline game that they've actually had to properly work on, that isn't just some spin-off shitter game of anything else. But oh well, there's not much we can do. It's up to the shitter journalists to do their job, but we all know they fucking won't. They all suck at their job anyway. No one respects them anyway. But let's move on to the Salt. I think it's time, and I've been holding off on the Salt because my god, this fucking Xbox fanboy is really special. I have never seen such a special specimen in my life. I have never seen someone take a Game Awards thing so goddamn seriously. Fuck you, TGA. You ain't getting shit. Xbox is pulling the plug on anything they are going to show, and save your dog shit event. Burn in hell. Starfield or Hi-Fi Rush deserved it over a shitty 2D Mario game. Oh my god. This is why you don't put so much faith in the Game Awards. You shouldn't really care about it. It doesn't mean anything to you as an individual. I don't know why this is such a, strange concept for people to understand. It's an award show. If you think a game is Game of the Year, don't let someone else decide that for you. I personally believe games that I've played in the past that no one would ever think could be a Game of the Year. But for some reason, you think Starfield is Game of the Year if someone else says it is. I don't see why it needs to be justified by some random idiots on the internet. I do believe Hi-Fi Rush should at least be put into one of the Game of the Year categories. I do believe it could just as easily replace Resident Evil 4, as I do not agree with remakes being in the Game of the Year since they've already existed before. I do believe that they should also make a remake category just dedicated to them, and since the gaming industry seems to be focusing a lot more on remakes. And since I know someone's going to ask, who do I think is going to win Game of the Year? I have my bets on Baldur's Gate 3 since that game was just such a good game, and a lot of people seem to agree with that, and I don't think there's much competition there when it comes to it. I'm not sorry about my rage post about the TGA goatee. Fuck Starfield haters, and most of all, fuck Xbox haters. The TGA knew what they were doing with those selections, and for that, they can burn in hell for all I care. It scares me that we still have another 3 tweets from this individual to go before we move on to another Xbox fanboy. But I shouldn't be surprised that this fanboy believes that a Game of the Year or a nomination for the Game of the Year means so much. Do you think Microsoft really cares? They just want to make more money. And somehow you think this is a make or break this year for the platform and how you feel robbed, disgusted, and cheated just because you didn't get a Game of the Year nomination or even get Game of the Year? I just can't wait to see what happens to the PlayStation fanboys when Baldur's Gate 3 could get Game of the Year. If that does, I wonder what type of cope they're going to do. Are you joking? Avowed and Hellblade 2 are 10 times better than any of these. I hate you, TGA. What if I told you? I completely forgot about Hellblade 2 and Avowed. That's how little I actually care for them. I mean, I hope they're good, but I have no interest with just how they are with previous Microsoft installments and how they've just been handled. So, I don't really have too much faith with them. But who knows, I could be pleasantly surprised with a good game. The only games that I'm really looking forward to within the next couple of years, well, one of them the next couple of years, because we never know when the Gears of War collection, or rumored Gears of War collection will be coming out, and Dragon's Dogma 2. I really do hope we get a release date at the Game Awards. I hope it's early next year, because my god, I really want to play a good game. I'm just assuming it's good. I really do hope it's not a letdown. I didn't wait 10 years for nothing. I strongly believe Xbox should skip the Game Awards this year. No way in hell does TGA deserve to show the closer to final builds of the two best exclusive games of 2024, Hellblade 2 and Avowed, after what happened today. Nope. It's good to see that you're not really smart in the head. I mean, you never were. You're a fucking fanboy. You never were going to just be smart or actually think about why the publisher and developers go to these events. It's not to grab an award. It's to market their upcoming games. If you were smart, you would realize that. But it's good to see that you can't really think outside that really stupid bubble you hide around in all day. Like, imagine if Phil Spencer was sitting there crying about not getting nominated for the fucking Game Awards. Ugh, I didn't get nominated. Oh, I gotta skip this event. I'm an embarrassment. It's like, you're so stupid. He's gonna go there to market his fucking games. I don't know why this is such a revolutionary concept for you to fucking think about. Now, we can finally look at his final tweet, and my god, it only gets worse from here. Oh boy. When I say something I want to say, I don't care what anyone else thinks about it. I don't stand down or back down. I double down in what I believe. Starfield was robbed. What a fucking surprise. He doubles down. Oh, I didn't see that coming, you know, not like it's pretty stereotypical for fanboys to double down when they have a terrible take and say something stupid where people criticize them. No, actually say something smart, never. At this point, Phil Spencer will have to change his citizenship to Japanese for a nomination from good old Keighley. Xbox fans gotta stop giving this show views. It's the only way. That's right, guys. You gotta be a Japanese studio to even get considered for Game of the Year or even get that nomination, not like two other companies there. I think it's Alan Wake and Larian Studios for Baldur's Gate that aren't even Japanese, and somehow they're there. What's that? A fanboy made a stupid argument and thinks he's going to get approval for saying something stupid? Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. I don't know what you were expecting. If Xbox didn't buy Blizzard this year, Diablo 4 would have definitely been nominated for GOTY. Instead, they nominated a remake of a 20-year-old game. The gaming media is corrupt by engagement and stat hunting. Execs and Nintendo/Sony fanboys are desperate for access. Hashtag Xbox tax, hashtag boycott TGA. Like, do these fanboys think anything's going to change if Microsoft didn't have fucking Blizzard and Activision? It was still going to be that way. Most of these things that happened with the games like Modern Warfare 3 and Diablo 4 were already set in stone, with or without Microsoft, because of the bad management and handling of these IPs. Microsoft wasn't going to change anything. Even if they purchased them, that wasn't going to change anything. God, their intelligence truly lowers every time I think and actually listen to their arguments. I don't know how they got this stupid. But I think we're just going to move on to the PlayStation fanboys now. Finally, we can make fun of the idiots. Starfield is officially flop of the year. First of all, that's not true. Starfield was a success, financially, commercially, but most importantly, it wasn't perceived that well. It just did not have good perception. Even to this day, I still agree. Starfield is not a good game. But we cannot deny the fact that Starfield probably made Bethesda a lot of money. But if that's your justification of calling Starfield a flop, when in most cases, the only time it's ever actually flopped is just public perception of the game. Financially, it's a good game. And if your excuse is saying that it's a bad game because it didn't get nominated at the Game Awards or didn't receive a high enough Metacritic score, I believe you're just as dumb as a rock. You're not really smart. Even though I absolutely agree with most people, Starfield in my eyes is most certainly not a good game, but we cannot deny the fact that the game is successful financially. Ha 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 ha. Starfield ain't selected for GOTY. Do you know what I have to say to that? Trust me, you're gonna like it. It's gonna hit that ego right on the head. Good. It did not deserve it. Xbox fanboys, we are not the same. I mean, I would hope so. Just imagine Xbox fanboys acting like how PlayStation fanboys would, you know, doxing people, attacking people, doing stuff in real life about fanboying over a console, you know? At least Xbox fanboys don't take most of the shit to real life and just keep it on the internet. Media biased against Xbox. The person who screams it, J-Dub, I am scared what I would find on your phone. That is a real sus picture. And it's good to see the people that replied to this tweet absolutely agree with me. And I thought it was pretty funny that you tried to ratio someone and failed miserably. And now we can move on to the final tweet of today, and my god is it a good one. Imagine spending 100 billion worth of publishers and studios, and not have a singular GOTY contender while others have multiple yearly. Sony and Nintendo? It couldn't be me. Yes, J-Dub, because clearly, having a Game of the Year contender is what a company is looking for, not a highly profitable game. I didn't know that they had such different stances on how stuff should be done and how companies should be handled. Maybe you should lead Sony. Maybe you would actually make them profitable or something, who knows? Maybe you could run it better than Jim Ryan. Clearly you could. Not like I'm being sarcastic. So that is the end of the video. I don't really have much more salt to look at, but that's pretty much it. You boys all take care, have a great day, goodbye, I don't know, become a member, bye bye.